Hey there, guys. Okay, so we are getting ready to get started here for how to maximize Google Ads pay per click for excavation and septic. And I see people are starting to come in. That's cool. Shout to Henry. Hope you're doing well. And if you could, as people come in, could you please just type a 1 in chat and make sure that I do have audio here? Can you give me a 1? Actually, Q&A. You might need to click the Q&A button and then type in a 1. I think chat's disabled, but Q&A does work. If I could get a quick 1. Can you hear me? Hopefully you can hear me. I want to get this thing going here. Seems to be working. I'm pretty sure I got audio. So I'm going to keep this moving. I would like us to get started here on time, and I know your time is valuable. And I see people are starting to come in, and we're also live here in the Facebook group. So let's go ahead and get this thing going. So today's web maximize Google PPC for excavation and septic. And this is part of our digital dominance method. So if you've been following along with us these past months, we've been going over the whole gambit of marketing your excavation and septic business. From setting up the website to search engine optimization to Facebook marketing, on and on and on. Now we're doing Google PPC, okay? And if you stay till the end, you are going to be rewarded here. You're going to get these items right here. If you stay to the end, are excavation and septic top searched keywords for pay-per-click and SEO. That is on the left side of your screen. And then you're also going to get the ultimate excavation website conversion machine guide on your right. So let's go ahead and keep it moving. And my promise to you is that by the end of this full webinar, you'll have a complete understanding of proven best practices for how to maximize Google's pay-per-click platform for your ideal excavation and septic jobs. So why am I doing this? I believe in reciprocity. I have a hard time saying that word. Hopefully I said that right. But basically, by showing you this, I know it's going to help better your business. And, you know, we may not be able to do business today or maybe tomorrow, but I'm sure that through what you learned today, it will help you out and eventually it'll come back around. And so here's what we're going to cover. The latest updates with Google Ads platform affecting excavation and septic contractors. 5 biggest issues that could be preventing you from maximize leads in your local areas. And we'll go over our proven model for bringing in high quality leads on demand and with predictability. And we'll cover the best tools to systematize and automate the heavy lifting. So who am I and why should you listen to me? I've got 14 years experience marketing outdoor contractor service-based businesses. In 2022, we shifted to only work with excavation and septic. I'm the published author of Excavation and Septic Internet Marketing Profits, the ultimate guide to successfully market your excavation and septic services online for high quality calls, leads, and bigger profits. And we're associate members of NUCA. So for fellow members of the Northern Utility Contractors Association, I'm going to see you in Myrtle Beach here in just a few weeks. I'm super excited about that, and I'm hoping to document the whole thing on my GoPro. And we've worked with hundreds of business owners since 2008 to help them reach new levels in their business through effective marketing strategies like you'll learn today. And our mission is to triple the sales of 500 excavation and septic companies. So I do need your attention, please. Turn off your cell phones, focus, close your door to your office, exit out of other browsers, remove distractions. If you guys are serious about getting better results with your excavation or septic business using Google Ads, the next 60 minutes are going to be super critical. I want to give a shout to Angela. Hope you're doing well. And by the way, if you want to stay up on the latest business, sales, and marketing trends for your excavation or septic business, feel free to go to excavationmarketingpros.com/quick links. And there's free resources for you there, as well as our Excavation Business Mastermind group. We're always posting trainings in there. We're posting cheat sheets, docs, all kinds of helpful tips and tricks to stay on top of things with sales and marketing and business related stuff for your business. All right. So here's what we'll cover today: why PPC is the key to unlimited scalability in terms of lead flow for your excavation and septic business. We'll do live examples of pay-per-click campaigns that are generating 5 to 15 times ROI for other excavation and septic businesses, how to set up and structure your pay-per-click marketing campaign for a minimum cost per lead and maximum return on investment. And we're going to go over these, including your KPIs, which are your key performance indicators, your tracking, landing pages, and your campaign structure, how you set that all up. Okay. And this is what we do. So, I mean, you're looking at real results of a client, over $284,000 in their sales pipeline from doing these marketing campaigns. So this is real world stuff here. So why PPC should be a part of your internet marketing strategy? For one, you start showing up quickly, literally near to instant. As soon as you click the button, you start showing up in your service areas. No waiting around like SEO. You can show up as often as possible where your customers are looking. And you can show up for non-geo-modified terms like excavation, septic installer, land clearing, road construction, without tacking on a city name or anything. Just show up for those very broad terms like that. And it's unlimited scalability once it's dialed in and that Google Ads algorithm has you locked in. You can just keep putting more coins in the machine, so to speak, and scale it up. Now, why do most PPC campaigns fail? I talk to excavation and septic business owners pretty much every day, and I hear a lot of the same things that, you know, I've invested money, I've never made a return on Google Ads, and so let's cover why that would be, because it's quite common. They fail to understand the Adwords auction process and the complexity of the excavation septic industry. They only set up one ad group for all services. So they will run one ad group for excavation, septic, roads, tree removal, demolition, all their services just under one thing. And they don't use specific text ads and landing pages for groups of keywords. And there's no strong call to action or offer on the landing page or in the ads. And I'm going to show you guys how to do that. So we have here, what this is showing why most PPC campaigns fail is here's a list, a very common list of excavation company services, right? They'll have general excavating services. You'll have perhaps some emergency service for septic, road construction, tree removal, septic installs, demolition, forestry mulching, land clearing, sewer repair, etc. Okay. And then you'll just drive them to the website. And that just does not seem to work because they have too many options at that point and they end up picking none of them. So can Google pay-per-click campaigns still drive revenue for excavation and septic businesses? Type a 1 into chat if you think Google pay-per-click campaigns can actually still drive revenue for excavation and septic businesses. Or chat might be disabled. Type a 1 into Q&A if you think it's possible. Anyone? You must be somewhat hopeful if you attended this webinar. Do you believe it's possible to drive revenue with a Google Ads campaign? Angela, Henry, give me a 1 into Q&A. Is your Q&A working? Hello, hello, hello. Angela's typing a 1. Awesome. All right. Very good. Cool. So you are hopeful then. That's fantastic. All right. So here is a picture of our client's dashboard. So you can see here on the right, the green check boxes are all marked Google Ad next to the contact name. Leads are what drive revenue, right? And so, and Henry's typing a 1. Cool. Thanks for chiming in. I appreciate it. So absolutely, leads drive revenue. As long as you can get a manageable cost per lead, you can create money for your excavation business. But you need to keep in mind that pay-per-click is just a tool to drive leads. Someone must answer calls and know how to qualify leads. And one of the things we see all the time is that excavation septic business owners will run these ad campaigns themselves, for instance, but then no one is there answering the phone. And studies show within 5 minutes of someone filling out a form or a call, they're on to the next company. That's literally how quick it is. So it's strongly suggested, it's a must that someone must answer the phone. And if they fill out a contact form, to be right in touch with them in, minutes. So a well thought out lead form and phone script should be used for qualifying inbound leads. All right. So if they call in, have something nearby you of your qualifying questions. Same thing with the lead form, that as soon as they fill out that lead form, when you're calling them back, have your little script of qualifying questions ready that you're going to answer. You want to create a repeatable and predictable sales process. And this only works if you set up your ad campaigns right from the start. And I'm going to show you how to do that. And your landing pages must be on point to convert leads. I'm going to show you exactly how to do that. And you should know your numbers in advance. Okay, so here's an example. How many leads to make an appointment? Going off what you already have in the info for your business, on average, how many leads to make an appointment? Type in Q&A right now, Henry and Angela. Based on leads you have coming in currently, is it 5 leads for you to get an appointment? Is it 10? Not every lead's going to be a good lead. So I'm just curious, what are your numbers, guys? How many leads must come in for you to actually generate a quality appointment? Go ahead and type in Q&A. And don't be ashamed. There's no judgment here. Or are you not getting appointments? Type that in too. We're going to fix it all today. So you might as well get the most out of this. Because if it's just me talking, I can guarantee you're going to fall asleep. Anyone? How many leads must come in for you to get an appointment right now? Angela's just starting out. Okay. Well, that's cool. It's a fresh start. So if it's 5 leads to get an appointment, then you have an idea that, okay, if I'm paying, say, 40, 50 bucks a lead, that let's say 50 bucks a lead, 50 times 5 is 250. Now I know it's $250 for me to book an appointment. Henry's a new company too. Okay, cool. So we want to just start tracking things as leads come in from our ad campaign, how many leads to make an appointment, and then how many appointments to send a bid, because especially if you're starting out, you're going to be perhaps going out to visit tire kickers because you're not so familiar with the sales process yet. You're still trying to dial that in. And so if they sound nice on the phone, you might just be going out there and then they say, well, you know, I had no idea it was going to cost that much. And so there's no reason to send out a bid, right? How many bids to make a sale? So not every single bid is going to turn into a sale. I wish that were the case, but you will start getting these numbers. You're going to start knowing your averages, and by doing this and keeping track, you'll know how much it costs to get a lead, and you'll know how much it costs to send out an estimate, and then you'll know how much it costs to buy a customer, to actually purchase a customer online. And then what will your average sale amount be? So if you're running ads for different services like land clearing or septic installs, what have you, drain field replacement, you're going to start learning your average costs. And then how many sales are required to break even and turn a profit? And how much are you willing to invest? So let's talk about how to set up and structure your pay-per-click marketing campaign for your excavation and septic services for a minimum cost per lead and a maximum return on investment. So first thing, conversion tracking is a must, and I'll share with you what I mean by that. Your campaign must be broken into smaller ad groups targeting the various services that you provide so that your text ads will match what the person actually typed in. Make sure you have a strong understanding of keyword match types, and don't forget about negative keywords. We'll cover a little bit about keyword match types. You need to write compelling text ads. I'm going to give you examples that resonate with the customer and that for what they typed in, and entice them to click on you versus the competition. So I'm going to give you specific examples of that. And then leverage ad extensions to make your ads stand out on the page. You will see examples of this too, and I'll show you how to set this up. You have to land visitors on solid, well thought out pages on your site that are built to convert. And then split testing, tweaking, and fine tuning. Ads are never going to be set it and forget it. Okay, so there is going to be a little bit of maintenance involved with this. And don't even think about spending another penny till you have conversion tracking in place. What conversion tracking does is it tells Google Ads when you've actually gotten the lead, and it will start optimizing your campaign based around those leads. These platforms like Google, Facebook, they literally track everything we do, and they have little digital files on all of us, okay? And they are able to find little clones of our best customers. Conversion tracking essentials. Okay, so dynamic number swapping, there's a spelling error there, with different phone numbers for pay-per-click traffic versus organic or direct traffic. Without getting too complicated, what that means is when someone types in excavation contractor near me and your ad pops up with a phone number, the phone number is not going to be your real phone number. It's going to be a dynamic swapping phone number specifically for that potential customer to call. And what happens is when that customer clicks on that number or calls it, Google will actually assign the keyword that they typed in and put it with that lead. So you will literally be able to tell what your potential customer typed in that triggered the phone call. That's very important information, because if you start seeing all these leads coming in for, you know, drain field replacement or septic installation, what have you, you know, to pump more money into that specific ad campaign because it's the one that's driving your calls and leads. And you know, that specific keyword phrase is the one that is really doing the job getting you the calls. Hopefully that makes sense. A keyword pool with dynamic number swapping so that you can track phone calls back to the keyword and campaign. Web form tracking. So when they fill out a web form, you want it to say that it came from Google Ads. Conversion tracking built into your AdWords campaign to determine which ad group generated the lead. I'll show you an example of that. So the most important key performance indicators for excavation and septic contractors are going to be, of course, total spend, average cost per click, average cost per lead for calls and for web forms. So that's going to differ. So for instance, septic in competitive areas, we're seeing leads in the range from $25 to $40 per lead in real competitive areas. For excavation in super competitive areas, we're seeing leads from $45 to $70. And then, of course, you want to track your return on investment. So it's best to have a dashboard to track leads where they came from without asking them, because we're humans, and if we're going to forget if we get in the conversation, you know, where'd you find me? We may remember to do that, but sometimes the customer doesn't even know. They, you know what I mean? They're just like, I found you on the search engine. Well, what'd you type in? I typed in, you know, whatever. That, you know, they don't know. It's better off to just have a system that's going to extract that information for you and just put it with their lead. So you can see here on the right, we've got tags. So this is marking how they reached out, they called in, and then it's tagging them Google ad. So we know that, okay, these people called in specifically from Google Ads. And then you see below that, GMB for Google My Business. Therefore, we know that, okay, Google My Business gets credit for this lead. It didn't come from ads. So, and then Facebook brings in leads, previous customer, you get the idea. With a lot of leads coming in, you need an efficient sales process that's well organized. So what I'm showing you here is how we do it, okay? We have all leads come in to new lead, which could be commercial or residential. I'm showing you the residential sales cycle. So they start right here. Brand new leads come in, they all go to this category, this column. Once they're worked, either it's a form fill or they call on the phone, then the business owner qualifies them. And at that point, is it worthy of going out to an appointment? Are they serious, or are they just a tire kicker? We're weeding out if they're going to be a potential customer sometime soon, if they have the budget, if it's a service that we can actually offer them. That's all getting qualified up front. If we determine that, yes, it's time to go out and have an appointment with this person, they're moved over to the had an appointment column. Now, after you have the appointment with them, hopefully it turns into sending out an estimate, a bid. Okay, so once that happens, we mark the leads with the value of the job and send out the bid. Okay, so that's what this column is, and then it's adding up the bids. As we work the sales cycle, some of those bids turn into customers. And so then what we do is we mark them over to the services sold column here. Okay, this is the most simple process I know for selling excavation and septic services is something like this. A lot of people come to us with they're doing it in notepads, they got Post-it notes, and that's one way. We use a system like this that works on the smartphone, and it works from a computer dashboard or tablet. This way, it's very clear, who am I working on? Did I send them a bid? Did I sell the job? It's all right here in front of you. And if you can track true return on investment, that's when you know you won the game, okay? And a lot of people can't. A lot of people just keep spending good money after bad on marketing. They got no idea what's working. It's just a mess. And so we track everything dollar for dollar and are able to show full transparency in our dashboard like this. So how do you structure a pay-per-click campaign for your excavation and septic services? Let's talk about it. Your campaign, the trick is it must be broken into smaller ad groups targeting the various services you provide so that your text ads will match what the person typed in. And we're going to actually set up a campaign. I'm going to show you how to map this out. So for instance, a brand campaign would be your company name, that anytime someone types in your company name, your ad's going to pop up right up top. General excavation. So that would be, for instance, excavation companies, excavation contractors, excavation companies near me, excavation contractors near me. Everything I just told you there were specific keyword phrases that you need to actually optimize an ad for each one of those. That's how it's done. So that would be for general excavation. Next down, we see land clearing. Okay, so that's going to be its own ad group. Anything to do with land clearing companies near me, land clearing contractors, land clearing contractor services. You get the idea. Sewer repair and replacement, again, that's its own ad group. Trenchless, pipeline, pipe repair, sewer repair, everything is going to go right under its category. Septic systems. Septic systems is going to be its own individual ad group. We can target inspections, pumping if we do that, installations, drain field, maintenance, emergency. It's all going to go under the septic system category where we're going to have specific ads just for septic. Trucking and hauling services, right? A lot of you are hauling sand and gravel and rock and different materials. Trucking company near me, everything is going to go under its own ad group. Road construction, its own ad group. Demolition, own ad group. Driveways, concrete, sand and gravel, etc., its own ad group. Grading, core drilling, forestry mulching, paid construction. Competition campaigns work well. You can literally get a list of all your top competitors and enter their names in as keywords. And you may think, oh, geez, why would I want to do that? Chances are, if they're big enough, they're already doing it for you. You know, if your company, I mean, you guys are starting out, but once you really get into this, you know, they do it because it's cheap clicks. So this right here is a hierarchy showing you exactly how to set up the ad groups right there. Okay, so this right here is mimicking what I just showed you. Okay, so we have our different categories there: excavation company, demolition, excavation contractors, forestry, mulching, land clearing, lot clearing. These are our ad groups. Within our ad groups, for instance, I showed you the excavation ad group. We've got excavating near me, excavating companies near me, excavation companies near me, excavator company near me. You get the idea, right? It's all the similar keywords are going to go with the similar ad group. And then our ads are going to mimic the keywords. Okay, so we had the excavation group, top rated excavation company, call for free quote. You can see right there. So just to recap, we've got very clear ad groups based on our service categories. We've got corresponding keyword phrases that are going to go with each category. And then we've got ads that are going to mimic our keywords that are going to go with that. So hopefully that makes sense. Okay, so this is just showing you what we did. These become your ad groups for your excavation and septic services right here. Now, keyword types matter. We've got broad match. So that would be just targeting, for instance, excavation companies. You could do Dallas excavation. Modified broad match is when you add a plus in front of it. So they could type in, find me an excavating company. If someone were to, for instance, do a voice search, find me an excavating company. With this modified broad match here, you would show up because anything they type in front of you, in front of that keyword, would count. Phrase match, what this means is they have to type in those exact words. So if they were to type in, find me an excavating near me, or we'll do the one below it, excavation companies in Dallas. Find me top excavation companies in Dallas. Even though they said like 7 or 8 words there, find me top excavation companies in Dallas, your ad would still appear because they typed in that exact phrase, excavation companies in Dallas. And then exact match is most precise, that your potential customer has to type in your keyword verbatim, Dallas excavation contractors, or your ad will not appear. So exact match is the least risky way to run an ad campaign, but you're also going to lose a lot of potential customers and leads because it's so strict. And then how you enter these in is, see how there's brackets, Dallas excavation contractors with the brackets. That's how you do it. Phrase match, you enter in the keyword with those quotes. Modified broad match, you enter in the keyword with the plus sign. And then if you just want a broad match, if anyone types in anything to do with excavating, even excavating jobs, your ad would appear. And that's broad match. Hopefully that's not too complicated, guys. And then you want to watch out for negative keywords. So what we do to make sure we're not showing up for jobs, careers, associations, etc., we enter those all in as negative keywords. And this tells Google, do not show my ad if anyone types in my keywords with the word jobs or careers or association. That blocks your ad from appearing. It's a way to save money on your campaign and not waste it. And so you need to write compelling text ads that resonate with what the customer typed and entice them to click on you versus the competition. So less is more. You can tell them what you want them to do. If you have a special offer for your service that they searched, and you can reference it in the ad. And so for you guys starting out, I recommend to keep it simple. Just give them one decision. call, or fill out a web form. And then just push for that one option. Don't offer them too many options to stray from your site. And if for those who are going to be watching this, maybe on Facebook or whatever, advanced way of doing this is to give them multiple ways to reach out and then automate follow-ups. So for instance, they can call or text you, they can fill out a web form, they can do a web chat. And then once they do that, you either have someone answering the phone or you can automate responses to them using artificial intelligence, send them follow-up quote forms and so on. So here's some best performing text ads for excavation and septic services. This one right here, Excavation Super Sale, family owned and operated. This wording works. Local company with the equipment and knowledge to complete your project on time and on budget. Your top rated excavation company. That ad works really well. Here's one for septic services. Commercial and residential, top septic installation service competitive rates. Local company with equipment and knowledge to complete your project on time and on budget. Your top rated excavation company committed to superior quality and results. Call today. The headline that you see there in blue, those are the most important parts of the ad. That's what people really read the most. So you want that to be very strong. And then you can make your text ads jump off the page with ad extensions. So if you look at our client here, Graham, you can see how much bigger his ad is than the guy below him, this Pendleton. The Pendleton guy has just 2 lines. Our guy, Graham, has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lines in his ad. And I'm going to go over what those are so you know how to set that up. And another thing you can do is instantly rank your excavation and septic business running location ads, okay? So you can hook up your Google Maps listing, your Google My Business listing to the ad account and show up right there in the Google 3-pack for your service areas, okay? That's how you do that. Oops. There we go. So how do we set these things up? How do we set up like those larger ads, and how do we run those location ads in the Google Maps 3-pack? We do that all right here. This little area under assets in your Google Ads dashboard, we've got site links, call outs, structured snippets, call extension, which is going to display your phone number, lead forms, price, app, promotion, which is going to let you do, coupon codes, location. This is where you're going to set up your Google My Business listing. And then you can see right below there, it says $1,000 off clearing and septic, code 10 off. You enter all that in right there. And that gives you the very big text ad that you see right here up top, where we have our big offer, $1,000 off clearing and septic. No one else is running an offer. We've got our coupon code. We've got urgency with our time-sensitive offer. They better hurry. And we've got site links showcasing other services that we offer. That's how you do it, guys. Now, let's talk about what your landing pages should look like. You must land visitors on solid, well thought out pages on your site that are built to convert. So for instance, we've got this specific lander for drain field replacement, that if we're running ads for drain field replacement, they're all going to go to this page. On this page, you see it says call or text anytime with the phone number. You also see we've got our discounts up top with military senior first responder discounts. We've got our excavation super sale, which mimics what they saw in the ad. We've got the countdown clock with number of days and hours. We've got get fast quote now for a button. So people can reach out a variety of ways, a little more advanced. You guys can just put a phone number, okay? You got to start somewhere. And then once they come in, once the leads come in, you want to reach out to them as soon as possible. So we use AI and automations to text and email them that we're already working on it. So you can see like this lead right here. Hi, Ryan, this is Daniel getting back to you about your drain field quote. I'm reviewing this. We'll be in touch soon with you for your estimate. Thanks. We put these automations in place to keep the dialogue going right away, because if we don't follow up right away, they're just going to go to the next company. And you can see the guy replied back, great, thanks. Okay. Now, you see where I have the blue arrow, get contact source, it says Google Ads. Okay. We don't need to waste time and say, how'd you find us? We already know. Just get right into it. Start asking the qualifying questions to see if you need to go out for a bid. Now, we'll do a quick little recap on how to accelerate your lead flow using paid search for excavation and septic services. Get conversion tracking, get a system that is going to tell Google that, yes, it made a lead, and so Google can start optimizing your campaign using its algorithm. Your campaign should be broken into smaller ad groups based on your services. And then you have your text ads match your services. Have a good understanding of keyword match types, okay? And don't forget those negative keywords so your ads don't pop up for the wrong thing, like jobs, careers, associations. Write compelling text ads that will resonate with what the customer type in and entice them to click on you versus the competition. I showed you a little example of that. Leverage ad extensions to make your ads stand out on the page. I showed you some examples of that. And then land the visitors on well thought out pages on your site that are built to convert. So if you guys do hire a pay-per-click provider, or maybe you even have started hiring a pay-per-click provider, you want to know how much of my budget is going to go to Google AdWords spending versus the management fee. Because how these companies operate that do this pay-per-click is sometimes they'll say, okay, our fee is you know a couple thousand a month, a few thousand, and the customer doesn't actually know how much of that is going to Google ad spend. You want to be very clear on how much is going to the pay-per-click provider, how much is going to Google for the cost per click. And then what type of tracking will you be putting in place? Do you do AdWords call and web form conversion tracking? I would ask them that. If you don't have web and call conversion tracking that pulls into AdWords, you will be at a major disadvantage versus the competition because they're all using it. Will you be able to delineate pay-per-click calls versus organic calls? You don't want a marketing company telling you, look at all these leads, and then you don't actually know what came from free organic versus paid ads, which, you know, that happens, unfortunately. How will we track our key performance indicators? Will they be provided live in the dashboard? And a key metric is going to be your average cost per lead. So assuming you can track leads coming into the dashboard, you want to be able to track what the cost per lead is. Will you be setting up specific landing pages for each ad group, or will they be directed to the home page? Another mistake we see is that pay-per-click companies will just drive the leads or drive the traffic to one landing page or the main site. That doesn't seem to work. So if you're driving traffic to landing pages, how will those be optimized for conversions? That's a good way to, good thing to ask. Are people going to be calling? They're going to be filling out forms, web chats? What are they doing? And then do you split test ads for each ad group? Will you be using all of the ad extensions to make my ads stand out in the search results? That gives you a major advantage, guys, to have those big ads with all those extensions on there like I showed you. What are our targets in terms of cost per lead and return on investment? Okay, a marketing company should be able to provide you that information. Okay, so what makes our campaigns better and different? We split the campaign into strategic ad groups based on our experience in the excavation and septic business. So we can help target your most profitable services. That's what we do. And we have campaigns going nationwide with a lot of data of what ads and keywords are working to shortcut the learning curve. Whereas a generalist marketing company, they just don't have that experience. We set up conversion optimized landing pages. We set up true conversion optimization so that your conversions, your calls and leads, web form submissions are tracked and associated with the campaign and the specific keyword that brought in the lead. And then we can adjust the bid and spend strategy based on the campaign and keywords that drive the best conversions. And there's a huge difference between doing that and just having a simple call tracking that tracks a call coming in. So you will know exactly how many calls came in from pay-per-click versus organic versus Facebook versus TikTok. Everything is clearly marked. And you'll be able to listen to recordings of those calls. And you will know which keywords within your AdWords campaign drove those calls and the cost. And then this makes it possible for us to optimize your campaign based on the keywords that result in calls and stop wasting money on keyword phrases that don't get a result. So you will know your cost per lead, cost per customer, your true return on investment. And then for each ad group we set up, there's multiple text ads, and then we rotate the best converting ads each month. So our click-through rates and quality scores improve over time that way. And then we provide you with a KPI dashboard to help track the most important metrics. And I showed you guys a little example of that. So we give complete transparency in terms of spend to AdWords and marketing management fee. So here's an example of our client's dashboard showing sales pipeline value. They know their cost per lead, their return on investment, everything. They can see where their leads come in from, what marketing channel, all marked. And they can listen to call recordings. They can see average call duration, first-time calls, how many calls they answered and how many calls they missed. And the calls missed, there's money being left on the table there. And so how we do it is we help automate conversations to those missed calls, giving the business owner time to follow up. So if you guys have questions, you can go to excavationmarketingpros.com/schedule. We do offer an Excavation Accelerator session, which gives you a complete analysis of your online visibility, a custom keyword list of most important search terms for the jobs you want, a ranking report showing where you rank currently compared to your competitors, analysis of online directory listings and consistency, analysis of online reviews and reputation, analysis of your social presence, and analysis of your website conversion effectiveness. If you'd be interested in that, you can text schedule to 727-732-3244, or just type in chat schedule, or visit excavationmarketingpros.com/schedule. And that's what it looks like when you go to that link. It shows a little calendar. You just click on it, you pick a time. There is a few business survey questions, fill those out, and we hop on a call. So if you want some help, just type "let's talk" in the comments section. And we can have a little frequently asked questions. Dana raised her hand, so we will do that. Yeah, so we can go ahead and do a frequently asked questions. Go ahead, guys. Type in Q&A, a question that you may have. I see someone raise their hand. Dana. Dana, you have a question? Do you want me to open up the mic so you can talk, or do you want to just type it into the chat or type it into the Q&A bar? Let me know. You can type your question in Q&A, or I can just simply unmute you, whichever you like. Maybe you don't have a question. I'm not quite sure. Let's see what we got here. Website again. Website again. I don't know what that means. I'm sorry. You want me to just unmute you? Let's try that. What question do you have, Dana? You're unmuted.
Can you hear me?
Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. I thought, Dana, you're a man. How about that?
I am.
Awesome. Sure. What's your question?
Website again, please. Is the schedule call is Excavation something pro schedule?
Yes,
What's
sir.
that again?
excavationmarketingpros.com/schedule. And it might, let me see if I can just type it in there and send it through chat /schedule. This should work. If I click on that, yeah, that link works. So you have that. Yep.
Thank you.
Yep, my pleasure. Okay. So guys, if I want to make sure you get your reward too. And if you do have any last minute questions, or anything, please type it in. I can unmute you. To get your reward, you'll go to excavationmarketingpros.com/Google reward. Okay. And that will give you the top search keywords for pay-per-click and SEO, as well as that guide, how to maximize your website for conversion, the ultimate guide. All right. So I will hang out just another minute if some questions pop in your heads. Otherwise, we are all set. Okay. Cool. So I wish you guys well. Thank you so much for your time, and hopefully you found this helpful. And I'll see you next month for another training. Thank you so much. Take care. Bye.